This is Let's Talk Higher Ed, a podcast for high school counselors and university admissions representatives worldwide who aim to help connect students to their dream schools. In each episode, we hold candid conversations with our community of students, their counselors, and universities to discuss everything from dealing with anxious parents to ensuring a seamless transition to university life. Let's get started.
Today's Let's Talk Higher Ed podcast, we chat with Long Beach City College Interim Director of International Students, Nina Richardson, as we dive into reasons why international students should consider community college as a stepping stone towards their education and career goals. Hi, Nina. We're so happy to have you here. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Tim. Thanks for asking.
All right. Well, we're going to just dive into this and talk about all these great benefits for community college. So when you're talking to students, specifically international students, what are you telling them as far as some unique advantages of attending a community college before going to a four-year college?
Sure. Well, thank you again for having me today. So the number one benefit, honestly, for international students is affordability. They will save a huge amount of money from coming to a community college first, prior to a four-year institution. And we're talking anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000 during their educational journey. So it's definitely beneficial to start at a two-year, get their GEs out of the way, and then continue to the four-year.
Take me through the actual application process. Is it complicated? Is it simple? Just kind of give me an overview of that, please.
Sure. So the application process is pretty easy in comparison to going straight into a four-year institution. For example, we don't require the SAT. So all they really have to show is proof of their language proficiency, a financial statement, and some basic information that you'll get from your passport. And it's a really simple process, but we actually have our advisors to help them on day one. If they need a virtual appointment, we're happy to set that up for them. Because I know things get a little tricky when you're applying for your visa and getting your I-20 established. So we have counselors all ready to help with that and assist with that process.
What typical timelines are you looking at? What's an ideal international student looking to apply? What would you highly recommend them do as far as timelines and deadlines?
Yes, absolutely. So we do have our applications open for fall and spring. We have a June 15th deadline for this upcoming fall. So you still have time to apply if you would like to do that. And so that's the deadline for this coming fall. And we have a really quick turnaround for application. It's typically anywhere from 2 to 6 days.
And I'm assuming I'm getting guidance and help from the counselors there to, if I pinpoint a UC campus and I'm eyeing it, do I get all that level of support?
Yes, absolutely. So we have a number of support systems here to help international students and guide them through the process. We have a dedicated international student counselor who is an expert on all of our policies, and they are able to help you even prior to coming here, guiding you through your educational plan. So many of our students already know where they want to transfer to, and so our counselors are able to look up those requirements and give you your plan on day one to get you through your first 2 years here.
Well, great. And this includes private schools in California and opportunities outside of the state?
Yes, absolutely. So there's a number of pathway programs that community colleges have to the Cal State system, through the CSUs, and even to schools like UCLA. So once you're here, we even have an honors program where you'll get priority registration, or actually priority admission if you do transfer to a school like UCLA in the private sector. So,
okay. Take me through the support mechanisms for an international student. Maybe I'm not quite familiar with California. What sort of things can you help me out with as an international student when I arrive or getting ready to arrive?
Absolutely. So here at Long Beach City College, we definitely try to customize the experience for international students on day one. So we have the option to arrange transportation. We even have our international student ambassadors who will greet you for the airport and take you to your destination. That's a program we're piloting this year. And so once you're here, we definitely want to acclimate you as best as possible. So we invite our previous international students here to explain what their experiences were so you can connect on day one. with the student population here. We also have several programming and events here for international students. For example, our end of the year celebration we're doing it actually next week. We'll be having different cultural foods available so everyone can share and really experience that.
Take me through maybe something I need to be prepared for. Maybe, I don't quite see it on the brochure or anything like that. Anything as an international student I should be prepared for when I make this transition into a community college?
Yeah, I think I would just advise you to take advantage of all of the resources that we have to offer. There's so many things here at LBCC that you can partake in. So we have several ways to socialize, over 70 clubs. So a lot of our international students really get involved in our student clubs, and it's just a wonderful networking opportunity. There are several programming and events that we have with our sister school at Cal State Long Beach as well. So a lot of our students do get involved and collaborate with those students. So just take advantage of those resources.
In Long Beach, Cal State Long Beach is part of the CSU system, and so students can already start to kind of see what life is there as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there's a lot of partnerships that we have with Cal State Long Beach. We even work with a nonprofit organization that takes our international students on special trips, and they have beach days, and they collaborate with the international students actually at Cal State Long Beach. So you'll really get to meet with those students on day one when you come here to Long Beach City College.
Okay. So let me make sure I have this right. Straightforward application process, support throughout the entirety of it, highly affordable. You can save between $30,000 and $100,000 over a 4-year span. You have easy ways to transfer or dedicated pathways for students to look at it, have that sort of support. Almost sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, so you pretty much covered everything. So lots of perks to coming here first.
Well, great. We were talking a little bit earlier about work opportunities. Tell us a little bit about that. I'm an international student. I can work on day one. I can do that?
Yes. So another benefit of coming to a community college first is students actually get an extra 12 months of OPT, which is a work authorization, optional practical training that they get coming here first. So after each educational level, you get an extra 12 months of work authorization. So they can graduate with their associate's degree here, go work 12 months, then maybe apply to another 4-year institution and then get an extra work authorization after that. So
having worked with countless students over your career, what are some attributes that a student might be a great fit for an opportunity like this at Long Beach City College?
Yes, so several of our international students are really motivated. I mean, you have to be motivated to leave your country and come here to study. So we have some real go-getters. I think of my president of our International Student Club from Brazil. She is definitely one who takes advantage of all of the resources we really have to offer at Long Beach City College. So I would say just, a student that's motivated and willing to be open to trying new things and accessing all of the resources that we have to offer.
Do I need to know what I'll major in? Can I come in undecided?
That's another great benefit of coming to a community college first. You don't necessarily need to know what you want to major in. So we have several centers and resources to help you figure out what you might want to major in. And the beauty of it is you're paying a lower cost. So it's your time to really explore and navigate what your interests are prior to kind of committing to a major. So hence why you take your different general education courses first, and then we'll help you figure out what you want to major in later.
Any guiding advice, just general overall advice for a student who is looking at community colleges, looking at your school, outside of the application and potential routes afterwards? Any other general advice you'd like to give people?
So I would say definitely when you're comparing schools, definitely look at the costs associated with the schools. I would definitely look at how invested that institution is to international students. For example, Long Beach City College really invests in the diversity of the programs we have to offer here. We have different cultural events. different ways to really help you acclimate into the U.S. culture. So that would be definitely my advice, to find a university that has that attribute.
What if I don't know other colleges besides just the ones nearby you? Is there a way that I can get educated on this and learn some more of those options?
Absolutely. So once you sit down with our international counselor, she will kind of give you an overview depending on what your interests are, and she'll help you guide you to what universities may offer that as a specialty program. So for example, some of our Cal State schools will focus on, maybe architecture, whereas other universities may be more proficient in business. So just depending on what your interests are, our counselors will help guide you through that process.
And you're really close to Cal State Long Beach. That's a 4-year university. How does that partnership help support the students on your campus?
Yes, great question, Tim. So I would say over 50% of our students do end up transferring over to Cal State Long Beach. It's considered our sister school. It's very close by, and it has a huge international student population as well. So I think our students feel right at home once they get over there. But we do a lot of partnering with Cal State Long Beach. They'll come here for events. And then we, vice versa, we'll have our students go to their campus to meet the students. We work very closely with a nonprofit organization that works with both our students and Cal State Long Beach and takes them on trips, like they have beach days, ski trips, and things of that nature to help them really acclimate once they are here.
Does the 12-month OPT after community college affect the OPT that a student might get after they graduate from a 4-year institution?
Yes, actually, no, it does not. So starting off at a community college first gives a student an extra 12 months of OPT that does not affect the OPT that they get after they complete their 4-year bachelor's degree. So in California and the US, after each education level, you get an extra 12 months of OPT. So that starts off at the community college level, bachelor's, and then graduate school if students do decide to do that.
Well, that's great to know. Thank you for clarifying that for us. Well, any last words of wisdoms for the students and parents and counselors that will be listening to this podcast?
Well, first of all, congratulations on obtaining your education so far and making the choice to come to the U.S. for your higher education. At Long Beach City College, we will do our best to help you acclimate into the U.S. culture and provide the resources you really need to be successful to getting to the next level to obtain your educational journey.
Well, it's been fascinating to learn more about the opportunities at Long Beach City College. I appreciate you spending some time with us, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tim. It was a pleasure being here today.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Let's Talk Higher Ed. This show is brought to you by Cialfo, a fast-growing global edtech company and student-first career exploration and college application network. If you enjoyed this episode, then follow Let's Talk Higher Ed wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Or join us online at cialfo.co/podcast for all of the latest episodes.